Hi, my name's John Beach, and welcome to another episode of John Beach Watches weird YouTube videos and makes miserable, over elaborate comments about them. Welcome. I'm going to put this mic down a little bit. It was too loud last time on the practice run. Sorry, when I pressed record then it kind of skipped to a picture of that woman's face. She's looking kind of gormless. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I'll go back to the beginning in a minute. Anyway, welcome. Hi, my name's John Beach. Last time we went to Blobbyland, we did a big video on how horrible Blobbyland is and how feverish and surreal and what a horrific Dali-esque nightmare the Blobbyland theme park was. So now I thought we'd follow it up with something a bit more. We're going to push things to the next level. We're going to go a little bit gross. This is a 3-minute clip on YouTube, and I'll put thanks very much to whoever posted it. I'll put a link to the description, a link in the description to the original video, so you can check it out or whatever, or go and give them a like or whatever. This is a 3-minute clip from a show called Hoarders, which is an American reality TV show. Hang on, just need a sip of water. Just wet the whistle. And this reality show is people invite camera crews and psychologists and cleaners into their house when they've got really bad hoarding issues. For those who don't know what hoarding is, you probably do, but just in case you don't, basically hoarding is when you just can't get rid of stuff. I had it ranges from like quite small things that you can't get rid of to quite big things where basically everything goes out of control and you essentially live in like a rubbish tip, essentially. It's like quite small. For example, I couldn't get rid of. I had a pair of speakers that broke, and I had to get some new ones. And I didn't throw the old ones away; they're just sort of in my cupboard. You know, that's quite small, innocuous little hoarding. That is. I will get rid of them eventually. But then on the other extreme, there's this lady here, Shanna, from I can't remember what series it is, but basically, I got really ill about 2 years ago, and I binge watched the entire Hoarders on Netflix, all of it, every single episode. And there were 3 episodes that really stuck in my mind. There was the cat lady who stored her dead cats in a fridge. Then there was the chicken lady who kept chickens, but like shitloads of chickens, like not a normal amount of chickens, like loads and loads and loads of chickens in a tiny little trailer. And there was like chicken shit everywhere. And then there was this one, the poop lady, Shanna, I think her name is, Shanna, and she was the worst by far. And I think it's probably good to point out at this point that if you are a bit squeamish, I mean, I definitely am squeamish, but I'm kind of like obsessed with horrible stuff as well at the same time. I haven't seen this clip in a while before today, and it just reminded me I've got to do a video on this. This is just so fucked up. So we're going to press play now, but yeah, if you are squeamish, don't watch. There's some poop in this, there's some other quite horrible shit, but let's go back to the beginning here, press play, and see if we can work out what's going on this little clip from Hoarders. Let's do a bit of scene setting here.
My mother used to put poop in a jug.
Now, as far as opening sentences go on YouTube videos, you're not going to get a more baffling, bizarre, obscene, disgusting, crazy one than that. My mother used to put poop in a jug. My mother used to put poop in a jug. Now, I don't want to speak for you. I don't know anyone that's put poop in a jug. I think one time at university, one of my friends pooped in a pint glass and put that on the bar, and he got thrown out and banned. But that was at uni when we were all fucked most of the time. I don't know anyone that's put a poo in a jug. And here we can see some of the evidence of this. There's the first sign that things are going to go pretty downhill. In fact, that's quite disgusting, isn't it? Yeah. That's a mountain of bottles with poop inside them. And on the side here, we can see mounds of toilet roll. Like, that's just so gross. little paper cups mixed in here as well. I don't know what the fuck's in those. Let's play it on a little bit and see if we can work out why she's doing this.
Actually, by the time you put it in there, it's actually a dirty water jug is what that is.
Oh, look at that. Sloshing poop water in a fucking jug. Plastic bottle. Evian bottle.
So that's what all those dirty water jugs are about.
I want to say...
There's the poop jugs in the garden piled up. That's nice and normal, isn't it? Just have a little wee and a poo and then put it in the garden. Dump it in the garden. The weird thing is, logically, it would be quite hard to actually poop in a bottle. If someone said you've got to poop in an Evian bottle now, you've got a gun to your dad's head. You've got to poop in it. You find it quite hard because the bottle top is quite small, and your hole is quite small, and you don't really know where it is. Like, you don't know where that hole exactly is, and it would have to be exactly over it in order to get. And plus, I don't want to be vulgar, but sometimes the poop's a bit bigger than you expect. Sometimes it's runnier than you expect. Kind of boggles the mind and turns the stomach.
That the reason that Shanna didn't get rid of all those bottles is because she's lazy. I hope it's not sentimental to her.
She might be a little bit lazy. There could be a clue there. She might be a little bit lazy. I think if you look at those bottles and all that rubbish, think even if in your toilet you run out of toilet paper on the toilet roll, that might get left for a couple of days, a little brown cardboard tube, but you eventually put it in the bin or put it in the recycling. That is just ridiculous, isn't it? That's beyond lazy, isn't it? That's crazy. That's ridiculous. And you would hope they weren't sentimental to her. Hi, my name's Shanna. I'm really sentimental about my shitty bottles, my poop bottles. Cool. Look at that toilet.
This house has a septic issue. It's supposed to be drained once every...
Look at that toilet. We're going to go close a bit here and look at these smears. Caked, dried, shitty smears. Don't know what that is. I mean, that looks like almost like someone's literally just rubbed their ass on it. Piled up toilet roll holders, fucking deodorant cans, fucking God knows, mate. Look at this carrier bag with a knot in it with shit all over it. Look at the fucking state of that.
4 years. And there's still some space in the toilet, but I don't want it to overflow.
So she doesn't want the toilet to overflow. You'd think you'd poop in the toilet, you poop in the jugs, but she's running out of room. Where does she put the poop? Sip of water. I'll show you.
So I've been using a bucket.
The bucket, mate. Look at that. Look at that. That is filled with shit. No, it isn't. It's about a quarter full, half full of shit. Have a closer look there. You can see sort of a pool of sewage glistening in the noonday sun. Look at these splatters here, like shitty splatters all up the wall. Cobwebs here. There's probably spiders mixing in there as well, just in case the fucking tidal wave of sewage wasn't bad enough for you.
When the bucket is...
There she is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the state of that. Look at these thick cobwebs on the sides. You notice how I'm focusing more on the cobwebs than I am the absolute chaos that's going on around her, but I think the cobwebs add a kind of feverish mix. There's that little feverish touch. So not only is it filled with shit, there's spiders there as well, spidering around, getting in your knickers, etc, etc. I can't read what that says on the bucket. Homer's all-purpose bucket, in a kind of cartoonish font. Like, the person that printed that probably didn't realise what it was going to be made for, or end up being used for. If they had, they might not have made such a cheerful, cartoonish sleeve.
It's full of pee and poop. It's really hard to lift it.
Fucking
so
hell.
I just put it in a smaller bucket.
Oh.
And
There she is, transporting if you can believe your eyes, transporting shitty water from one bucket into the other one. You can see it sloshing around. Look at her there. Look at it. Look behind this door. Look at all the carnage in here. Look at that. Fuck me. Look at all that stuff just piled up. Look at this. Toilet paper. Oh, imagine even being in there for a second.
And I take it outside and empty it.
Look at that. Sloshing
My neighbors
around.
could view it as being odd that I dumped the bucket out in the front yard.
So what she does is she takes the poopy bucket and she dumps it in the garden. And she just said then, my neighbours might think it's a bit odd that I throw my poopy bucket outside. Yeah, they might think it's a bit odd. I think it's a little bit weird that you do that. Yeah, you could be onto something there. You could be onto something there. For example, if your neighbours saw you maybe 4:30 in the evening going outside, 4:30, 7:30 in the evening, you had a nice hard day at work, nice poo in your orange bucket, and then saw you tipping it outside into the garden, they'd probably have you arrested, never mind think you were a little bit weird.
No neighbors have said anything to me about it either, though.
They probably don't want to approach you. Look at that, look at the state of the sink. There she is again, surrounded by bottles of piss and shit. There's a Subway drink, like a coffee thing there, kind of incongruous, isn't it, with the image? Look at all this horrible shit, and then little Subway cup, yeah, with your foot long.
This is your...
This small blue bucket my mother used before she died.
Is that...
So on this bit, Matt Paxton's gone in. I'm quite a big fan of Matt Paxton. He's he's the cleaning operator. You can look him up on LinkedIn. He's actually a real guy who owns a specialist cleaning company that goes around and deals with like toxic waste and stuff. And they brought him in the show to kind of be the voice of sanity and like help assist with the cleanup. And in these segments, he goes in for like a preliminary consultation with the subject of the show to kind of interview them, and sometimes he stays the night at their house and like he gets to the grips with, you know, why they're doing this stuff. And so that's why he's here now, but it's obviously edited to sort of show all the gross bits. So I've picked a highlights real video. Look at that poopy jug.
Poop all over the bucket?
Yeah, it's poop.
So do you wash your hands? Like you're gonna go eat soup in a minute. Are you gonna wash your hands for that, or you just don't worry about it?
No, actually I don't.
No, actually I don't wash my hands before I eat soup. After literally living on a pile of shit, I don't really wash my hands. I guess if you did live in a pile of shit, washing your hands would be almost pointless, wouldn't it? Like, what's the point of washing your hands? There's shit everywhere. You wash your hands and immediately get dirty again. I can kind of see a point there. Sort of.
Okay, now this is not the worst hoard you've ever cleared out.
Look at her eating soup there. Oh my god. Oh, that's so gross. Can you even begin to imagine eating soup out of a shitty bowl surrounded by shit with that? Look at it. My god.
She's eating 2 feet from...
Look at that soup. I'm gonna gag. Oh my god, that's so gross. What the fuck is that soup? There's shit all around the outside of it. Oh my god, that is so rank. I forgot about that bit. I don't even know what that soup is. It's like a pastry soup. So slimy. There's shit on the spoon. What would that taste like? Just bland, shitty, slimy soup. Fucking hell.
all the poop in your end.
Do you think I meet the definition of a hoarder?
So this is one of the most fascinating interviews of all time. We'll let it run and then I'll give you some feedback on it.
The poop, man. You got a ton of poop in this house. What is the main cause of the smell?
Musty odor, having to do with mold and dust.
So, what's the cause of the smell, Shanna? Like, what do you think the cause of the smell is? Yeah, I mean, you know, mold and dust. Do you think it's got anything to do with the thousands and hundreds and thousands of bottles of shit that everywhere and everything's covered in shit. You're literally living on a giant pile of shit. I mean, that has anything to do with the smell? Yeah. And when Shannon goes to the toilet, does she go to the toilet normally and flush it normally, or does she take an orange poop in a massive orange bucket and then throw it outside of the garden? Garden. She throws it in the garden, the big orange bucket. Joking aside, this is when you start to feel really sorry for this lady, because she can't see what's right in front of her. You can imagine kind of going to such extreme behaviour that any sense of normality you can't even comprehend. You're on a completely different fucking howling wilderness of a planet, and you're never coming back.
No.
No?
Is that brand new information to you? To think that the feces and urine has something to do with the smell?
I guess so, because I thought it was due to the mold and dust.
Do you think the poop has something to do with the smell? I guess so, because I thought it was had to do with the mold and dust. Interestingly, in this frame, you'll see a poster behind her that says, "I am okay." Just trying to read what the rest of it says. It says, "I am okay." Now, I don't know about you. I haven't seen anyone on a reality TV show program for whom the statement "I am okay" is less applicable than Shanna, Poop Lady, star of television's much acclaimed Hoarders.
You have to tell me this, because
You don't know. Yeah. I mean, some people would argue, how do you not know that feces?
That's the face of well, that's not the face. That's a kind of doped out face, but that is the face of someone there who's genuinely shocked to learn that the smell and the grossness is caused by poop. Frightening. People who get chewed up and left to their own devices, people who can't, they've got real mental illness, real mental problems, just left on their own to sort of fester. And like, it's hard at this point kind of not to feel sorry for her, you know, like she's killing herself. And that's the shock of finding out for the first time, or maybe it's not real. Look at that face. The smell's because of all the poop around? Yeah, could have something to do with it. You feel really sorry for her.
Feces in the house is bad.
But wait, I don't smell it anymore.
It's an extremely dangerous house. The feces, the mold, and bloody tampons
And the spiders.
just laying on the floor.
Bloody tampons, he said then. There's bloody tampons everywhere. She just pulls them out and leaves them on the floor. Well, there isn't a floor, is there? It's just a pile of shit, but...
It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna give up some stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and eat some of the contaminated food, and then the party's over. Because I have to get it, because when somebody goes on intervention, they want to get high one last time.
So that's really interesting. So they've told her that she's got to clean up, and she's like, no, I'm going in, I've got to eat some shitty food for one last time. I want to get high one last time. How strange is that? It's almost like an addiction, she's addicted to eating shit. Her brain is completely wired the wrong way. It's wired in such a way that it's like a drug. She can't stop doing it. To live in a clean, normal environment is like the most alien thing in the world to her. The brain is so weird. Our people have different brains. It's just so weird.
Party ends for me tomorrow.
How is eating contaminated food a party?
Why the does it matter? I've been eating poop for 12 years.
I've been eating poop for 12 years. I have been eating poop for 12 years. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you, mate. John, nice to meet you. I've been eating poop for 12 years. I've been eating poop for 12 years. Now we're coming to the end now.
You're getting a high out of thinking that you've got fecal matter in your food.
It's my last blaze of glory.
Look at me. This is the end of you pooping in a bucket.
And that's the end of the video. Fucking gross. See me next time for more of YouTube's weird, wonderful, disgusting little videos from the corner of the internet. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know. Cheers. Bye.